CJ, start na tayo. Live na tayo sa top. Okay, game.
FOPSCo, the Filipino Online Professional Services Cooperative, is because I believe that this is a cooperative that all Filipino online professionals own, control, and manage.
So, the reason kaya po ako sumali sa FOPSCo, kailangan natin ng isang sistema, isang samahan na makakatulong sa bawat isa.
This cooperative is a group na pwede silang sumama para mas magabayan sila sa kanilang freelancing journey.
Ako sumali dihan sa FOPSCo kasi para makabulig ako sa ato kapwa mga freelancers, and ito talaga ang passion and my mission.
I joined FOPSCo kasi for me, lahat ng ginagawa ko sa FOPSCo is a privilege ko siya tinitignan eh. Kasi once in a lifetime in history na bigyan ka ng chance na mag-contribute.
Stepping stone na rin to para maabot yung goal
ko. The vision of the organization aligns with my personal vision, which is to develop and nurture an organization within Zamboanga City that provides much needed support for our online workers.
I joined FOPSCo because the people I've met have the same values, vision, and mission as mine, and that is to provide assistance to those who would like to jumpstart their career as a freelancer.
One of the reasons why I joined FOPSCo is because, so as a freelancer, I think it's important for us to have access to training, whether free or paid.
Wanted our individual reputations to have a collective reputation for excellence.
I wanted to be part of an organization that would be a pioneer group of individuals who will be working to promote online freelancing here in the Philippines.
The reason why I joined this organization is that I saw their mission and vision towards helping all Filipino freelancers.
I choose FOPSCo because we learn and grow as a community to help also others.
Feel more safe and secure knowing that my knowledge and skills will only come from the most renowned and experienced online freelancers and raketeras here in the Philippines.
I joined FOPSCo because I saw the potential growth is not just reaching one's goals and being successful, but there is camaraderie.
I am very inspired with their achievements and advocacy in promoting and helping Filipino freelancers.
Want to learn FOPSCo because of two things. Number one, I want to help freelancers to get a job. And number two, I want to learn more from you.
I hope that here we will all grow together.
We grow together.
All right. Okay, that's a big yes. We really are growing together. So may I request to turn on your cameras on our participants here in our Zoom. So again, hello and welcome to our webinar series tonight entitled 2D Picture to 3D Shape in Cinema 4D. Wow, so nasa fourth session na tayo with our speaker for tonight. So with that, of course, our webinar series for tonight is for FOPSCo members, DICT graduates, and aspirant freelancers who want to upskill, explore, and acquire new skills when it comes to freelancing industry. Of course, this wouldn't be possible without the collaboration of the FOPSCo Media or the Filipino Online Professional Service Cooperative. And of course, let me just remind you of our house rule. Please put your phone on silence mode. Mute unnecessary noise that can interfere our webinar, and we are seeking for your active participation. And by the way, we are live on our FOPSCo FB page. And with that, I'm Dennis Mipagyo. I'll be your moderator for tonight and will guide you throughout our session for this webinar. But then, okay, so I guess everything's set up now. Let me just call on Miss Sydney Vanessa Datu, the newest member of the FOPSCo Academy and Media. Hello, Miss Sydney. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Sir Dennis. Good evening po sa ating lahat.
Good evening, Miss Sydney. Please take the presenter's mic. Go ahead. Kindly introduce our speaker for tonight. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Sydney.
Sorry.
It's okay. Isama mo siya para mas ma-enjoy niya. Come on. Hi, baby. Come on. Hello. Okay. Go ahead, Miss Sydney. Introduce our speaker for tonight.
Yes, Sir Denny. Sorry for my interruption. Ayan, nawala ako. Sorry.
Ganun talaga pag live. It's alright. Just go on,
Yes.
Miss Sydney. It's part of the online
Ayan.
community.
Good evening po again sa inyong lahat and welcome to our another webinar entitled 2D Picture to 3D Shape in Cinema 4D. Mukha na namang complicated ang ating webinar kasi may 2D, may 3D, and may 4D pa. Pero don't worry kasi magiging easy lang lahat yan. Like nung mga past webinars natin dahil sa ating detailed-oriented na speaker. Diba? As in, napaka-detalyado niyang mag-discuss ng lahat ng kanyang knowledge about Cinema 4D. So now, let me formally introduce him again. He graduated from a drafting technology education course at Marikina Polytechnic College in 2012, and in the same year, he worked as a graphic designer in a printing company. The following year, he applied as a CAD operator and 3D artist to a furniture design company where his art and software talent improved. He also created catalogs and brochures for the company, and so he started to be interested in taking up a second fine arts course in the year 2015 while doing personal study and working as a graphic designer, video editor, and 3D artist, and now decided to become a freelancer. Let us all welcome Mr. Raky Samson. Good evening, Sir Raky.
Hi, Sir Raky. Good evening.
Hello, good evening,
Welcome
everyone.
to FOPSCo Academy.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. Dennis. Thank you, Miss Sydney.
Thank you.
To all the FOPSCo member who organized this webinar, and to all participants, to all who are enjoy watching this webinar. Thank you very much. And I hope you will learn something in this session.
Definitely.
And, I will going to meron lang akong sasabihin. Hindi ito intimidating or hindi ito complicated things, because this is just a fundamental. I am doing for the beginners. It's intended for the beginner series. So I will do my best to teach the most understandable way as much as I can. So I will going to start now sharing my screen.
Yes,
Can
please.
I?
Go ahead, Sir Raky. You have the access to share.
Okay, yes, there you go. Yes.
And we are now starting to...
nakikita niyo ba ang software ng Cinema 4D?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, let us go back here. So our topic for today is the 2D picture. Let us turn that into a 3D shape, 3D model or 3D drawing. Now, mukha siyang intimidating, pero I tell you, this is the most easy topic that I will discuss by this month of February. Or kung meron pa tayong chance makapag-discuss in the future, we will going deeper to this topic. But right now, gagawin ko lang siyang simple. At actually, baka wala pang 5 minutes ito. Ito lang, ang objectives natin is to turn the picture, this is a 2-dimensional picture, into a 3D shape. And we will discuss also kung ano ba yung difference ng 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. Baka kasi magkaroon ng confusion sa iba na what are the difference between those 2D, 3D, and 4D. There are 4D pa. And let us talk about this thing first. Ang 2-dimensional is obviously, as we can see, this is a flat projection. Ang measurement lang niya is the height and the width, the length and the depth, either of those two. Ang 3-dimensional, there are three direction, or there are three dimension or measurement, the length, width, and depth simultaneously. Now, mayroon akong prepare dito na picture. This was from the internet. I took it from the internet. And this is the our globe, the texture of our globe, our planet. Now, this is one of the example only for the sake of demonstration and para mas madaling maintindihan. I took the picture of spherical projection, the sphere. Although there are many picture that can be able to put into a 3D shape, not only a spherical shape, but can also do the cube, cylinder, and pyramid, and so on and so forth. There are so many. And first thing first, ang kailangan natin unang-una ay i-prepare ang picture na ilalagay natin sa 3D. So any picture, lahat ng picture that is two-dimensional. It should be 2D. It never been 3D. That the picture, kahit yung pinicture natin sa ating camera or sa ating phone, the output of that is two-dimensional way. Now, maybe the question is, bakit siya naging two-dimensional? It is a picture. We will going to discuss that a little bit later. But first, gawin muna natin itong objectives natin. Because this is, I told you that it is very easy way. Now, as I prepare all the texture that I need for my 3D, prepare na siya, nakasave na yan sa aking file. I will go to my Cinema 4D application. And then as default, ito may kita natin, the viewport, object manager, attribute manager, the material manager, and the timeline, and other stuff here. Now, meron tayong gagamiting object sa Cinema 4D that I never used yet during the session, during the FOPSCo session. The last 3, hindi ko pa siya nagagamit. And now, gagamitin ko na. So, it will contribute a little additional information and knowledge in this program and how this program are capable to do a lot of stuff. Now, meron siya dito ang tinatawag na mga tools and may mga primitives na tinatawag. May tools, primitives, and tinatawag. May camera, may lights, and there are some generator and other stuff. Now, we will going to use there's an icon of cube here. May icon ng cube na kapag nilong press yung cube na yan, mayroong magpapakita na iba pang mga shapes. These are the 3D shapes object. These are called primitive shape. Ngayon, tinawag siya primitives, meaning it was already there since the beginning of this application. It was there, it was made, built in na siya dyan. And all we have to do is to get the shape that we want or we need. So ang Earth, obviously it is a sphere, a spherical shape. So let us select the sphere. When I click the sphere, so mayroon akong sphere dito. And I can also be able to see here on my object manager. Ngayon, in order for me to put the texture around the sphere, all I have to do is to mine over my material. That's it. I have to go to my material, double click on that. So pag nag-double click tayo, mayroong mag-create na material, and I will double click again on itself. Then it will show up this dialog box, material editor, and then I will go to the color channel. Then the color channel right now, color lang ang binibigay niya, but I want the texture. So all I have to do is to go and click this button, dot button, meaning it is the navigation button. And I will go to my file. to the file that I prepared already. I think, yeah, it was here. So, ito yung picture na dinownload ko. Then I will just go to click and open it. Then it will ask me about if this is want to copy this in this location. No, I just press no. I don't want to copy this because meron na akong copy niyan. Now it will load up on the texture editor or material editor. And then all I have to do here is to click here the material. If I click the material, hold and drop over the object, and voila, it's done. As you can see, we are done here. We're already done. Our material is already applied. So, napakadali niya. I told you, it is very simple and straightforward pattern. So, tapos na tayo sa discussion. Wala na tayong ito topic. Bye-bye, internet. No. Joke. There are something more we have to discuss. As I said earlier, that this is one thing that we need to understand. Kasi this is just a simple object. This is just a spherical object na meron siyang texture na nakapalibot sa kanya. Ngayon, this is the question. Paano ang 2D nag-wrap up around the sphere? There is a tinatawag na projection here in our material. Pag kinlik natin yung material, meron siyang projection dito na tinatawag na UV mapping. Or you can also select the spherical. They are both the same in this case because this is a sphere. Ngayon, nag-wrap up siya around the geometry of the sphere. Now, let us, what if I have a cube? Let us try the cube. If I go to select the cube, and I have the cube here, nasa loob siya. So, imumove lang natin ito konti by the use of move tool. Mumove lang natin siya para makita natin ang sphere. Now, let us go and try to put the same material to the cube. What will happen? Let us try it. This is what happened. So, ang cube, by default, pag nilagyan siya ng material, nagkaroon siya ng material all of the side, all of the faces. Yung face niyan, top, bottom, right, rear, left, all have been applied with the same material we applied on the sphere. Now, this is the problem here kasi kung halimbawa, gusto ko ng ibang material dito at ibang material dito, ibang material dito. This is the problem here. Ang kailangan natin siyang i-considera ay pag-aralan muna natin kung ano ba yung structure ng 3D, the 3 dimension. Ngayon, ang 3D or the 3D software, the 3D shape, composed of three measurement, the length, width, and the depth. In this case, this is the Y or the green is the height, this is the length, and this is the depth, the blue. Ngayon, let us remove first the cube. Let us focus on this part. Yeah. Okay. I have here yung cube. Meron siyang iba-ibang texture around its sides or around all of the faces. Ngayon, gusto ko ma-achieve itong ganitong looks. Hindi katulad kanina na nung nilagay ko lang yung texture, it completely applied to all parts of the cube. Now, it will, since ang in-apply ko ditong material is a kind of picture. We have to prepare first the picture or the file that we need to apply on our cube. Now right here, meron akong mahinandang picture. So any picture can be applied, but in this case, for demonstration, A, B, C, D, F, because the cube has 6 faces. So ginawa ko lang siyang puro square lahat to make it accurate for the shape of cube. Now let us start with the new one. I will go and create a new one. Now, I have here a cube. When I click that, single click, so cube ka agad ang ma-apply. And ang kailangan ko lang gawin sa kanya ngayon dahil isa itong primitive object. When we say primitive, it has the calculation sa software mismo. Kung makikita natin, kung i-click natin itong 3D cube on the object manager, pagdating doon sa kanyang attribute on its coordinate or object tab, meron siya ditong X, Y, and Z. So pwede kong i-manipulate dito yung measurement since it is a primitive object. Pero ang problema kasi, like what happened earlier, nag-wrap around siya doon sa yung texture, in-apply niya sa lahat ng faces, which is what I don't want. Ang kailangan lang natin gawin sa kanya, i-broken down ang cube na ito into different side. And in order to do that, we have to go to this icon. It is called editable, make editable. And when I click that, yung primitive object na cube, it turns into a polygon object. And we cannot be able to get the dimension from here on the attribute, yung length, width, and height niya, yung X, Y, and Z niya, nawala na yon because it is now it's no longer a primitive object. It is now a kind of polygon object, which is good in this case because kailangan natin ma-select yung kanyang faces. In order to select the face, we have to select the icon here, the selection, live selection icon. Click that one. At kailangan natin i-select yung polygon mode. Kasi merong tinatawag na mode ang mga polygon. Merong point mode, merong line mode, or yung segment mode, edges mode, and the polygon mode. So basically, these three are the tools that for the mode function para ma-edit natin yung 3D object. So if I click here sa polygon object, I click that, I can be able to select any faces of the cube in this object. So, mayroon na akong kalayaan ngayon makapili ng faces kung saan ko gustong lagyan ng material. Now, let us say na lalagyan ko rito ng A. Gagayahin lang natin yung kanina. This is the A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. And I will switch again here. And now, in order to apply any texture on each polygon, kailangan natin siya lagyan ng material or gagawa tayo ng material dito. Double click there. So meron akong material and I will go to color channel. I will navigate and I will look to my texture. This is the A texture. This is JPEG picture only. And I will go to open and press the no. And it will load up here and I will close this dialog box. And before I apply to the object, or to the faces of the cube, I have to select first the face ng 3D object kung saan ko i-apply itong A, the material A. So if this is, if I will apply that here, I should have to select that like this. So I was on the polygon mode. Hindi ko siya masiselect kapag nasa ibang mode ako. See? If I am on the point mode, I can only select the point. If I am the edge mode, I can only select the edges. But if I'm on the polygon mode, I can be able to select the face of the cube. So those three are important in 3D modeling. Now, dito ko i-apply ang A, material A. And sinelect ko siya. So I can see now it was highlighted. And I will click and drag, hold, and drop over the polygon. So I can be able to select them by that. And now I can also see here on my object manager yung material na A. This is the A material. And next to it is there is a polygon selection tag. Meaning, yung polygon na ito, it is a part of the cube. It was, naaalala niya yung polygon na kung saan doon lang na-apply ang material na A. So this is the good thing here kasi hindi magmi-mix up yung mga material natin into one. If I don't click anything in here, and I will just let's say I will undo a couple of times, and I don't select anything there at in-apply ko siya, all of the faces were applied. So this is not what I want. I need to select one of them and throw a material. So this is how it worked. Now let us go to fill all of the empty there. I'm going to select the B, and I will say no. And oops, I have to select first, and click, hold, and drop over the selected polygon. So the same process to all of the faces. Mag-create ako material and go to the material there, and yeah, that's it. And apply over the selected polygon. The same thing here, create a material. Very repetitive process, the same process throughout all of the faces. And the same thing here, apply ko siya, and I will go select the other one. We'll say no, and drag that over, and another last here. Let us select everything and select the last one. I will say no, and drag it directly. So napakadali lang niya, di ba? As we compare to the other topic, napakadali niya, and this is a good and basic knowledge that we should have in order to create much more complex texturing in the future of using this software. Kung makita natin dito sa ating object manager, all of the material that applied from here can also be found here, and each of them has polygon selection tag. Kasi as we can see, hindi siya pwedeng wala kasi mag-automatic siya apply to all of the faces. And then how this software can be able to do this. As we can see, I have here the picture of letters na kung titingnan natin sa kanya dito, if we are going to right click one of them and go to properties, makikita natin dito sa details niya, lahat ng computer meron nito. Makikita natin dito, meron siyang dimension. Meron siyang dimension. And the dimension niya ay width and height. So, picture, technically, the picture is two-dimensional object in computer. They are two-dimensional because it has only width and the height. And now let us going to inspect that in 3D. Dito natin bubusisi ng 3D ngayon. Bakit ba ito naging 3D? So, makikita natin, this is a cube with three-dimensional shape. And each of the faces are flat. And they are they are flat. They are flat, and it has a corresponding texture. Ngayon, kung tatanggalin natin itong side na ito sa cube na ito, tatanggalin natin if we right click that one, select, right click, and go to, I'll do that again, disconnect. If I go and remove one of its faces, makikita natin, this is the 3D looks like. So ganito ang 3D. It has the plane, and inside, akala mo, solid, pero walang laman yan.
Magic.
That is the composition of three-dimensional 3D object. It has only the appearance outside, and mayroon siyang tinatawag na width. So kung makikita natin dito, if I can show you that together with this one. Yan. So this is the picture, flat projection. Now, I applied that on the polygon object, and it became still two-dimensional. It's still a two-dimensional way kasi wala siyang depth. So ang naging illusion ng depth niya is the other side here na mayroon ding dimension. So right now, as we all know that there is a width in the height, and the other dimension is this dimension, the depth. So it became now a three-dimensional. I will go further here to the illustration on how we can be able to picture out how that 3D looks like. If I can open this one, no, not the one, this one. Okay. Kung maalala natin, meron tayong subject sa mathematics na gumagawa tayo ng mga graph along the Cartesian plane. This is also the concept how the computer calculate. So yung mga two-dimensional na tinatawag, 2D, are made up of two-dimension or two-direction measurement. Let's say, magkikreate ako dito ng triangle. So since dinrawing ko itong triangle into two direction, it has X and Y all over its point, right? X and Y here, and X and Y here. So basically, this shape is two-dimension. It has only two direction. It is the coordinate, tinawag nilang X and Y coordinate. Right now, yung tinatawag naman na 2D application, like the Illustrator. So I am now in the Illustrator. Whatever I drawn on Illustrator will be called a 2D shape, a two-dimensional object. So if I select a rectangle, kapag mag-draw ako dyan, this is two-dimensional. If I draw another thing here, this is two-dimensional. Right? Because it has the two direction or two dimension on its measurement. Lahat ng points niya, lahat ng points it was made up of 2 dimensions. And if we can be able to click from here, makita natin na ang measurement niya is width and the height. So the same sa dimension na mayroon tayo dun sa picture. Kapag pinoproperties natin siya, ang makikita natin ay width and height by pixel. And in 3D, makikita natin dito sa 3D, ang composition ng isang texture composed of two-dimensional shape. Now, naging 3D lang siya because it was attached on the other polygon na mayroong ibang direction. Kung makikita natin dito, if we hide that for in a moment, makikita natin, if I click another one here, makikita natin, mayroon siyang 3 handle. Yung handle na yan ay it pertains to the direction. So it can move left and right and up and down. And kung makikita rin natin dito sa properties niya, meron siyang X, Y, and Z. So the X, Y, and Z pertains to its dimension. So ang picture or ang 2D drawing, we can only resize that from the width and the height. So we can resize that from here. Pwede natin i-resize yan dito, palakihin, paliitin. And sa 3D, we can be able to manipulate all of the parts, all of the direction, the 3 direction, the length, width, and the height. So basically, those are the difference. I hope that is a little bit understandable. Kung mayroong tanong later on, kung mayroong tanong, then don't hesitate to give the question to Mr. Dennis. He will entertain that. And I will also answer. Okay. So let us now try another thing. Right now, this is the good sample here. Meron akong project na this is a kind of bottle for white beauty product bottle na ngayon wala siyang label. And kailangan na yung item kasi gusto nang i-post online. And gusto ng client is to put the label around its shape. Tapos gagawan siya ng animation na mayroon na siyang as if mayroon na siyang label. So this object or this actual product does not have yet a label, but in their presentation kailangan meron na siyang label, meron na siyang realistic looking. Now in order to do that, let us go to yeah, I think I have that one here. Yes, there you go. Yes, there you go. There you have it. Yes, meron na ako. Nabuo ko na siya. And okay. I think we have less time left. So ganito na lang. I will just copy this one and create a new one, and I will paste that again. And I will go to remove each of the texture na colored. Now this is the 3D model. So na 3D model ko na siya, and all I have to do is to put texture around its shape para maging realistic looking siya, na mayroon na siyang label, and we can be able to post that online. Now, the 3D modeling of this one is composed of paths and one piece of what do you call this? The modifier, or Yeah, it was from here, the modifier, the lathe modifier. So I will just demo a little bit here kung paano siya nagawa, but I will not go to copy everything kasi wala tayong masyadong maraming time. If we do have a chance to study this with the whole course, merong buong pag-aaral na ito, hopefully we can be able to conduct that short course in the future, hopefully, and we will go deeper to this discussion. Ngayon, this is just the what do you call this? The demonstration. If I go to click over here, yung icon na yan, makikita ko rito, mayroon siyang iba pang views rather other than the perspective view. So if I go to front view, if I should have to click from here and click the icon, the last icon, the navigation icon, and it will expand the front view. And then, ngayon, nasa front projection ako ng 3D model, and all I have to do is to create a shape there na magiging shape niya. So profile lang ito. It is just an example on how this model being drawn here. So ang kailangan ko lang sa kanya is the shape of the profile shape of the bottle. Let's say ito yung profile. Ibahin natin konti dito. And then there's a cup here. Yeah. So ito yung profile shape. All I have to do is to go over to the lathe sweep, and by default it was on the center, and I will just hide this in a moment, this cube, and I will move this spline and to nearby the center, and all I have to do is to make it the child of the sweep. Or no, I dragged the wrong thing, sorry. Should be the lathe modifier. And if I go and drop that over the lathe modifier, it will create the shape of the profile. So this is very, very easy, right? This is very easy and very handy kapag gagawa tayo ng mga ganitong spherical shape. And we can be able to adjust this a lot more. Gusto natin palitin siya, gusto natin palakihin, right? So we can create a lot of shape here, right here, and can be able to make something like that, make sexy, and you can be able to add more points, make it a lot more weird. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff on a fly. So may kalayaan ka pang edit yung object na ito like that. So it's now different to what we are aiming here. Now, I'll go undo a couple of times, and I will make a little bit, much more accurate to cylinder shape. So dito lang i-edit yung kanyang shape dito sa frontal projection. And the reason why we are doing this in the front view, kasi mas klaro ang kanyang shape kaysa dito sa perspective. Perspective can distort the shape of a spline. Pero on the front projection, I can be able to make it more precise. So that is the concept on building this model. That is the concept. And the way to put the picture or the texture on its body is to, once again, to create a material. I will go back to the beginning. We'll delete those existing one. And I will go and click the material and click once again and navigate the profile. In the first place, we need to check if we have the texture. So ito yung texture niya. It was on 2D, two-dimensional flat picture. And we have to load that up in here sa ating Cinema 4D material. I think I have that one here. Yeah, there you have it. And then let us go and close this one. And I can see here na meron akong body and meron akong cup. Obviously, it should be for the cup. So I have to select the body. Sorry, it should be on the body, not on the cup. So I have to select the body, and I throw the texture. Now it was oriented incorrect. So hindi pala laging drag and drop unlike the sphere that we have done earlier. Hindi pala laging drag and drop. Like we can see here. Where are you? Yeah. So ito, drag and drop lang ito napakadali. But in some cases there's some issue like this. Hindi natin pwedeng i-drag and drop. But it is still easy way to fix. Now, it was on my object manager sa body. Makikita ko siya rito sa material. It was on the UV mapping projection. But obviously, the shape of this one is cylindrical shape. Now, let us just go and change this UV mapping into, yeah, perfect. There is cylindrical shape here. So I have to select that. And I can see now it was oriented correctly, but there's a little bit distortion. So there's no problem still there na malaki. I can go next to the cylindrical projection. On the bottom, meron siyang length and width with the V, U, and V. This is another dimension for the picture. So, mayroong tinatawag na UV mapping, UV projection. It pertains to the texture. Also, it is also the two-dimensional. And if I manipulate one of them, makikita ko na it is an offset. There is also a measurement on the vertical. So, makikita ko siya. I can stretch this to the measurement which is good for this one. So I can go and put that. So I can be able to stretch from here and move this a little bit lower. It should be from the lower. And go stretch that and nearby the top. Okay. So, hindi pa rin siya ganun kahirap. There is another additional process para lang maging correct siya. Kasi hindi lahat drag and drop. Kasi ang 3D model is not from the primitive. It's not from here. It was drawn, customized. So kapag customized siya, the computer need to understand how it goes. And the setting for that can be found here in the bottom, the attribute. It can also be the, from the picture itself. Kapag masyadong malaki ang picture, it is not fit to this projection. Although kahit cylindrical, you're following this, but the projection or the size of the object does not fit on the size of the picture, could cause some issue also. So things to consider also. Pero yung mga yan, medyo advanced topic na yon, and we need a lot more time to discuss those things. But right now at this demonstration, we can now see our product that is almost done. And if I go to click the preview render, so this is what I got. So, yung mga topic last time na ginawa natin, the rendering, the material, can also be applied in here. Can also be due to this model. So we've been discussed about the reflectance. We add the reflection, something like that, and I reduce the reflection. And at this time, kailangan natin ng transparency. Oh my gosh, I'm editing on the picture. Should be another. So the texture is different from the label. So I have to create another layer or another material para sa kanyang transparency. Yung transparency, hindi natin na-discuss, but this is intended for the translucent object. So yung object na to, as I can preview another here. So this is a kind of transparent material. So that's transparency must be activated. And ito drag and drop ko lang siya on the material or on the object here, and it will apply. So the order here, dapat nauna yung transparent, the bottle transparent, and the label next. So I will just move this forward. And right now, hindi natin masyadong makita because of the texture. It was covering the texture, the transparency and the texture. But we can go and manipulate this a little bit further. Yung texture, yung label texture niyan. Right now, naka-tile mode siya, kaya nagta-tiling siya. So nagsasarado lahat ng mga space. If I uncheck that, now it's gone. I cannot see in this mode because there is a texture mode here. Use texture mode to see the texture where it was there. So nung in-uncheck ko yung tile, yung isang piece ng kanyang texture na dito sa bottom, kailangan natin yung i-move going upward. So makikita natin. And I will reduce that a little bit. The height, can be able to see the part of the bottle. So, yung mga translucent part na yan, that is the material of the transparency. This transparent. So, makikita natin dito, dalawang material siya. One is the bottle, because the bottle has different material. So, kung lalagyan natin siya na sticker on this on the surface of this cylinder, ganito ang magiging looks niya. So nabivisualize na natin dito pa lang kung ano yung magiging output ng kung lalagyan natin siya sticker, kung lalagyan natin siya ng logo. So that is the most of the method of doing the 2D picture, putting on the 3D object for some purposes. So there's a lot of use on this process. Marami siyang pwedeng mapakinabang. And you may going to understand how I made this 3D model. It's a kind of a 3D object, and there is a logo. I put my logo and some effect of moist or condensation. And this one also. Now, these are some of my artwork na customized. I can put my own texture. So all I need to have is the knowledge of 3D modeling and texture and the render. Those that have been discussed before ay magagamit sa mga ganitong situation. Kaya those are basic, but those are important in building the different kind of project. And let us go and take a look at the other thing here. Oh yeah, there's nothing there. Yes, I think that's wrap up the entire topic. Masyadong bitin yung oras natin kaya masyado akong nagmamadali. Pero hopefully we can be able, to those who are interested, I can be able to share all of that in a series of course kung sakaling papalarin. And yeah, I think the presentation and the discussion is ended there. It was already 7 o'clock here. Late na sobra ba?
It's just enough, Sir Raky. Sakto.
Just enough? Okay.
Talagang
Nakuha ko lahat, naubos ko yung oras. Sorry.
No, it's
time.
Ang galing.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now sharing and I will send it back to you, Mr. Dennis.
All right. So, grabe. You never fail to always amaze us in every episodes that you always share with us, Sir Raky. From your topics or
Thank you.
From your episode 1, diba, 3D text animation using Cinema 4D. And then we also tackled about episode 2 using 3D logo rendering. Of course, using the Cinema 4D pa rin. And then yung last week was 3D logo animation naman. So pinagalaw natin yung ating logo. Of course, using Cinema 4D pa rin. And now, the latest is 2D picture pero ginawa mo into 3D shape. And then, of course, using the Cinema 4D. Sabi nga ni Miss Sydney, may 2D na, may 3D pa, using 4D pa. Diba? So, nakaka-amaze.
4D cinema.
Yes. Kumbaga, wow. So, as I've said, you always amaze us in every outputs and every knowledge and expertise that you are sharing here in FOPSCo Academy. And of course, FOPSCo Academy is blessed that you have with us, or we have a resource person like you na talaga namang grabe. Talaga andyan ka na sa field of your expertise. So hopefully talaga na matuloy yung ating binabalak. And with that, I guess before tayo magpaalam muna, because we are on the end part of our program, let me just share my screen bago ang lahat. Kung ano pa yung mga pwedeng gawin ni Sir Raky. We're going to watch one last time of his portfolio. So this is for the viewers para alam pa nila kung ano pa yung pwede pang gawin ni Sir Raky or ano pa yung pwede niyang magawang services. So let me just please give us this opportunity to share and watch this again, the overall portfolio of Sir Raky. Nakikita po yung screen? Sir Raky, kindly acknowledge rather. Nakikita yung screen? Hello, Sir Raky. Nakamute ka, sir.
Yes, nakikita po. Okay.
May sounds?
Meron din po.
Alright, let's just enjoy.
Pwede niyong gawin yung ganyan din. Yung mga ganyang effect. Masyadong mahaba.
Alright, so you really
Medyo
deserve
mahaba
that,
yung
Sir
dati kong
Rocky.
portfolio eh.
It's alright, sir. You really deserve that time na really for us to give thanks for all of your effort that you have shared with us sa FOPSCo Academy. And of course, hindi namin papayagan na we are not going to share something about your your sharing na ginawa mo sa FOPSCo Academy. So with that, let me just share another one. Okay. Where is it? It's here. Okay. By the way, sir, habang pinupull out ko, anything that you would like to plug and ask something or share something to our viewers, go ahead, please. Sir Raky.
Where am I? Okay. Can I start speaking?
Sige lang, go ahead, sir.
Okay. For everyone na nanonood, kung sakaling gusto niyo ng mga 3D artwork, kung kailangan ng business niyo, kung kailangan ng promotion for the product, I can be able to provide that. 3D animation, 3D render, online campaigns, 3D graphic designing, and animation, 2D and 3D animation. I am also doing those. It's still available on my time. So you can contact me and you can get the information in my page, the RS Masterpiece. Please visit that and get the information and contact me.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Rocky. So with that, pag kailangan nyo ng logo, kailangan nyo ng animation, anything about 2D, 3D, Sir Rocky can really help us. Yun ang field of expertise niya. And with that, let me just share my screen. So this is a certificate of appreciation. Is hereby awarded to Sir Raky Samson for being a resource person on the 4 webinar sessions using the Cinema 4D, initiated by the Filipino Online Professional Service Cooperative, specifically the FOPSCo Academy. So the whole month of February. So talagang tinuruan tayo at nag-share talaga ng kanyang skills and expertise for the whole month of February. Of course, signed by our chairperson, Ms. Rocha Palverde Ocampo, and of course, yours truly, Dennis Lipagio. So again, thank you very much for attending to our webinar session tonight, brought to you by the FOPSCo Academy. And if you found value in this particular show or session, kindly share this live to your friend, or kindly share this to your page or to your personal profile of your Facebook. Again, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel kasi para mas ma-update kayo sa ating mga upcoming webinar sessions na sinishare ng ating mga trainers and invited expert when it comes to their field of industry. So, and again, I think we are on the part na talaga ng end ng ating session. So, let me just stop my sharing.
Thank you so much, FOPSCo, and soon I will be one.
Definitely, gagawa tayo talaga ng course since maraming may nag-PPM na talagang interested talaga sila to have this particular training. Kasi yung provide mo, sir, it's just the basic pero nakaka-amaze. You always amaze us in every episode, and talaga naman yung pinapakita mo sa amin is hindi usual na self-paced na course na pwede namin pag-aralan ng kami lang. So we need your expertise and your guidance, Sir Raky.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So again, tonight will be the end session of Sir Raky sharing his expertise when it comes to Cinema 4D. So again, Cinema 4D, it's easy to learn and extremely powerful. Do you agree with that, Sir Raky?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So as I have observed, knowing the episodes that we have from the February 2nd up to tonight, February 23, talaga namang yung Cinema 4D is a perfect package for all the 3D artists. Feeling ko talaga lahat. Kumbaga sakop niya na and breathtaking yung mga results and fast and hassle-free. Kumbaga as long as you are really willing to learn about the Cinema 4D. So, nakaka-amaze. Ang dami niyang possibility na pwedeng gawin. That's why I shared your portfolio kasi nga into Cinema 4D talaga yung ginagamit mo. Okay, so again, thank you very much, Sir Raky. So, please don't forget to like our FOPSCo FB channel and FB page rather, and i-like nyo na rin and i-follow na rin. Okay, so again, this is Dennis Fagio, reminding you that here in FOPSCo, we grow together. Thank you for watching and have a great night ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
I hope that here we will all grow together.
We grow together.